remember back in like 2014 when the Malaysian Airlines carrying like 239 passengers just disappeared, just poof, off the radar, completely fucking vanished? Do y'all know there's a new theory on what happened? Oh yeah, we're about to deep dive this shit. So, I was talking to my husband about this earlier and I just decided to deep dive, so I'm coming with receipts. On March the 8th, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 carrying 239 people vanished from the radar while en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, becoming one of the aviation's greatest mysteries. Now, if you read right here, it says the last words spoken by the flight crew were "Goodnight Malaysian 370." Now, debris. More than 30 pieces of suspected aircraft debris have been collected along the coast of Africa and on the islands of the Indian Ocean, but only 3 wing fragments were confirmed to be from Malaysian Airlines 370. Now, right here, it says that the captain, experienced captain, Zahari Ahmed Shah, 53, now remember that name, was in the cockpit with 27-year-old co-pilot Farik Abdul Hamid. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Now here's where this new theory and mystery starts. On the night the aircraft went missing, the controls were seized in the cockpit between 1:10 a.m. when the plane was at around 35,000 feet until 1:21 a.m. when it disappeared from the radar. Like, they were at 35,000 feet when it vanished from the radar. Why is this a mystery, you ask? Why is this suspicious? So, first of all, we would not be able to breathe. We would slowly suffocate above 35,000 feet. And I know you're saying, well, they have the mask, the oxygen mask in the cabin and all that. None of those cabin masks was intended for more than about 15 minutes of use during emergency descents to altitudes below 13,000 feet. They would have been of no value cruising at 40,000 feet. Being a captain of an airplane for however many years, he knew that. And if that is the case, this is what would have happened. The cabin occupants would have become incapacitated within a couple of minutes, lost consciousness, and gently died without any choking or grasping for air. So, with that being said, the new prominent theory and likely theory at this stage is that Mr. Shaw deliberately downed the plane in a murder-suicide. And this is where we get into the logistics of the co-pilot, because just people are going to be like, oh, well, the co-pilot, he was controlling the plane too. A friend of the pilot said that he most likely tricked the co-pilot, who was on his final training flight, into leaving the cockpit. He could have told him all he had to say was go check something in the cabin, and he would have been gone. Now, why would he do this to the plane and all these people? It says it's still a mystery, but his friend has pointed to his chaotic personal life and fragile emotional state as a possible explanation. And we are about to get into that, bish. And I just want to say, if y'all are still here, I appreciate y'all, because I did some deep diving and research for y'all. I'm bringing receipts, and I appreciate your views and likes and comments. I love y'all. So, it says that his marriage was bad. In the past, he slept with some flight attendants. And this is his friend's remark, saying, so what, we all do, you're flying all over the world. But it says his wife knew. And she stayed with him? Now here's where it fucked me up, y'all. If you look right here, it says, as well as a turbulent personal life, he was messaging people. He was active on social media, often leaving messages on the profile of these two twin models and making a number of political statements critical of the government. Yeah. More receipts. Says he stalked the Facebook pages of, I don't know how you pronounce that, Kim Min Lan and her twin, Lan Kihi, I don't know on the pronunciations, don't come for me. Leaving sexually suggestive comments. The 53-year-old, he made 97 separate Facebook comments directed at this girl. Clearly, he was doing some things he shouldn't have been doing. He tried, it says he implored the twins, the captain of this plane, y'all, implored the twins to come to Kuala Lumpur where he lived with his wife. When in KL, he wrote in one message, "How about KL?" And got no replies. These girls weren't wasting their time with this man, but he was trying. On top of all of that, he frequently criticized the Malaysian government, which happens to own the airline that he worked for. On his own public Facebook page, Zahari, the captain, labeled then Prime Minister, I don't know how to pronounce that, a moron. So yeah, it sounds like this man had a very turbulent life, and a lot of it was at his own hand. But I just saw that and wanted to share it with you. Comment down below and let me know what y'all think of that theory. If you have your own theory, I'd love to know what y'all think about that. And if you made it to this far in the video, just want to tell you I love you and I appreciate your feedback in my content. I appreciate you supporting my content. Y'all have a good day. Love you. Bye.